Who is Ruben Amorim? Who is this manager that is sought after by West Ham and Chelsea and quite previously Liverpool? Can he rectify the problems at Chelsea? Let's discuss. Ruben Amorim is a Portuguese manager who is currently the manager for Sporting Lisbon. He is a fresh face to coaching as he has only been coaching for about 5 years. In those 5 years, he has won Taça da Liga 3 times, Supertaça Candido de Oliveira 1 time, and Primeira Liga 1 time. His first stint in coaching was when he was promoted from Praga B to coach the main Praga team midway through the 2019-2020 season. In that season, he would lead Praga to their first win at Benfica in 65 years when Yael Palina scoring the game's only goal. A victory over Porto at the Taça da Liga would also follow. These performances would provoke Sporting Lisbon to trigger Amorim's release clause with Praga, as Sporting would pay 10 million euros for his services, the third highest transfer fee for a manager in history. At Sporting, he would win the Primeira Liga, Sporting's first league title in 19 years, and would also win the Manager of the Year too. This would make the media notice his management style, which has received praise, as Amorim is known for getting the best out of players, convincing players to play to his style, and improving young players. Though he has occasionally fielded a two-striker system, Amorim has mostly deployed a 3-4-3 from the start of his time at Sporting, in 188 of his 205 games to be specific. The frequently utilized 4-3-3 formation, which has proven effective for managers such as Klopp, Pep, has not been used once. Instead, the following formations have been employed: 4-2-3-1, 1 game, 3-1-4-2, 1 game, 3-5-2, 4 games, and 5-4-1, 11 games. Sporting has to favor a back 3 in order to implement their possession-based strategy. Amorim wants his centre-backs to break the first line through the middle of the pitch as frequently as they can throughout their build-up play. The centre defenders seek to play the forward passes into the foot of the midfield player as the double pivot drops back. The first instinct is to try to find the attackers in between the lines. If they are unsuccessful, they will pass the ball wide to the wing-backs. Amorim is renowned for reshaping his team, elevating the middle centre-back a little bit. As a result, the two midfielders disperse and approach the wing-backs of Sporting. More passing lanes are thus opened up for passes from the broader centre-backs to those further up the field. Without the ball, his front players are expected to press heavily. As mentioned prior, higher up the pitch, Amorim likes his teams to attack with a fluid front 3 who rotate to find space between the lines. For the most part, the wing-backs hold the width, with the two wide forwards then moving inside, whether the team is in or out of possession. Sporting's wide attackers over the past few seasons have all provided a consistent goal threat by working inside and beyond the single centre forward looking to dominate spaces in the inside channels. Amorim has always liked to use traditional centre forwards in the middle of the tree, but he has gradually turned to a more fluid front line with players who can attack from wide position as well as rotate into a central position. This has allowed for further rotations to get players between the lines and important overloads in the inside channels. With the wing-backs providing the width, Amorim will often want 2 of the front 3 in one inside channel. The third and final attacker then narrows to become a central threat, with the wing-back on the far side available for a switch-off play. This strategy overloads one side of the pitch. Amorim recruits and selects players capable of playing close combinations in one inside channel to draw the opposition in that side of the pitch. If they can progress through the inside channel, this also opens up the opportunity to switch play and isolate a defender on the other side of the pitch. The double pivot provides cover underneath the ball, allowing the wing-backs to push forward simultaneously. Amorim likes his teams to attack with 5 players and generally keeps 5 players underneath the ball. Out of possession, Amorim Sporting is one of the most intense teams in Portugal. When pressing high up the pitch, the front 3 narrow to prioritize protecting the central space, just like when his team is in possession. Amorim's first thought is to occupy central areas. Once committed to a press, the attackers aim to force play outwards with the wide attackers curving their press from in to out. The double pivot moves across with the ball, often staggering their position with the closest ready to jump forward underneath the centre forward. The positioning of the higher number of the double pivot between opponents allows them to defend just in front of the closest wing-back and make a decision as to who to press depending on where the opposition play their next pass. Now, for the question that was mentioned earlier, is he capable of fixing or rectifying the issues that are at Chelsea? Now, I would say yes and no. No, because the problem that we currently have at Chelsea is not necessarily the manager. The manager has played some part in some results. However, the players in itself have not allowed the team to be consistent. Sometimes the inexperience that they have, it is shown quite a lot. It's something that you see quite a lot, and unfortunately that has led to the inconsistencies. Obviously those players are very young as well. However, one thing that gives Ruben Amorim a foot in is the fact that he has been a manager that has been described to be able to help and facilitate development of young players. Now, I know a lot of fans, Chelsea fans, would say that the same was said for Pochettino, and there hasn't been really much progression that you can say consistently with certain players. That is our debate for another day. A lot of people may argue that those players are simply not good enough, and despite what he's doing, nothing's working, but that's an argument for another day, as I said. I believe that Ruben Amorim could help Chelsea. However, the problem is not the manager per se. The problem is that the players are very young and the squad is so young, so that you don't have a leader. And with Thiago Silva being confirmed to be exiting the club at the end of the season, you need experience in the team. You need players who are more experienced in the Premier League or playing at higher level competition. So I believe that he could help the club, but it will not be easy, and it will not be a case where he comes in and he makes an immediate impact, or at least I don't think so. However, as mentioned before, West Ham are also interested, and there's going to be other clubs that are floating around. Will he want to come to a club that are at the moment not looking likely to get European football? That is another debate as well. So I think he would help the club in ways if it were to happen, but it won't be an easy battle getting him as well.